Welcome to Fastlane. I'm Eskabar Page, and today we have some weird Suzuki truck, whatchamacallit, thingamabobby thing. Let's talk about the history of the riveting Suzuki Carry. The Suzuki Carry, above all else, is a K vehicle. K? Kai vehicle. I think it's a K vehicle. I think that's how you pronounce it. What is a K vehicle, I hear you ask? Well, to put it simply, a K vehicle is a car specifically designed and sold in Japan to take advantage of the tax and insurance benefits. There is a requirement, however, that the vehicle cannot be over a predetermined size, engine capacity, or power output. And it eliminates the law for having a car park for the vehicle in rural areas. A real quick history inside of history for Fastlane. Due to the dense built-up cities in Japan, it is a legal requirement to have your own car park before you can even buy a vehicle. Street parking is not permitted. 1961 saw the release of the Suzuki Light Carry, Suzuki's edition of the teeny tiny pickup truck. Badged as the Suzuki Light and not Suzuki, the goal was to focus on the light car segment with the Carry and the Carry van. However, this would only last 2 generations until the new designed Suzuki Carry L30 took its place in 1966. Still retaining the FB engine from the previous models, but with a maximum load of 350 kilograms. The I don't know which way I'm facing at any given time 4th generation L40 Carry van was introduced in 1969 with an updated design including the square headlights from the previous circle headlights on the model before. The L40 also had an updated FD engine that had 18 kilowatts and a top speed of 95 kilometers an hour, which was better than the 76 kilometers an hour on the models beforehand. But seriously, which way is it facing now? The 5th, 6th, and 7th generations from 1972 to 1985 came back to the round headlights and had minor facelifts between them, with the notable differences being the engine was moved forward from under the tray to under the front seat, with a whopping 20 kilowatts of piston firing power out of the 543cc engine. It's pretty hard to get an accurate 0 to 100 time. It's just that quick. Back on the square headlight game with the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th generation that ran from 1985 to the present day with some big facelifts, especially with the industry moving forward from the boxy steel and aluminium panels to a smoother plastic panel. Suzuki thought it would be a good idea in the 9th generation to ditch the Suzuki Carry van name altogether and have its very own model called the Every. That's now the Suzuki Carry and then the Suzuki Every. From there on out, the Suzuki Carry remained much the same with updated styling over the years and still remains one of the most popular K trucks for the Japanese market to ever be sold. Okay, this buildography is going to be a little bit different to the other episodes. Kip's 1980 Suzuki Carry doesn't have a great deal of mods, but the one thing it does have an abundance of is heart. And an owner that does crazy shit for a living on the daily. Seriously, go check out his Insta. It's @preciousmetal with 2 underscores. Originally bought as a practical work ute instead of using his 383 stroker Chevelle that was originally a drag car in the States, the little Suzuki only lasted 3 weeks before it broke down on him. But before Kip had a chance to check what was wrong with it, he was pointed to an auction that was going live in the morning of a 2005 Suzuki Hayabusa wreck. And well, let's just say within 24 hours of the Carry being broken down, there was a stripped out Hayabusa in the workshop with the 1300cc motor sitting next to it on the ground. Then it all just kind of went from there. The Hayabusa motor went from sitting on the ground to mock-up to welded in the Suzuki within a couple of nights. It was at this moment Kip decided he needed some cool wheels for it, seeing how it's about to have a wicked engine. So he managed to pick up a set of 14-inch wheels from an old Nissan Z chassis. Bonus points. If you comment what the Nissan is that he got the wheels from, I'll give you a love heart. Unfortunately, the wheels did sit out too wide on the Suzuki, but do you think Kip was just going to give up with that?
Oh, hell no!
Instead, the following night, he had a set of Porsche 911 steel flares welded on, ready to go. Yep, you heard correct. Porsche 911 f***ing flares on this Suzuki Carry. And to follow this up, Kip decided to paint the Suzuki Carry in the only paint combo he thought fitting. The iconic Golf blue and orange race livery from the 917 Longtail that the legendary Derek Bell drove. The body and paint only took about 4 nights to complete, with Kip also doing some sweet carbon fiber panels for the interior, while the car was getting painted. Like doing 2 things at once. 2 birds, 1 stone. As well as adding the super low king springs and dropping the rear leaf springs, it just sort of, tied it all together, made it really nice. Once it was on the road, ready to show the world, however, it didn't take long to realize that the stock diff was going to cause issues, especially driving down the highway doing a max of 90 kilometers an hour at 11,000 RPM. It's not very comfortable. So, a shortened Hilux LSD diff was used, and Kip is currently playing with the gear ratio at the moment just to get it right. The favorite part of this car for Kip, however, is the sequential stock Hayabusa gearbox. Creating the linkage system that connects the gearbox to the hand shifter, the gearbox being from the motorbike doesn't need a clutch to operate. Just, let off the accelerator, click, and go. It's honestly the only car I know of to get the slowest lap time at the Mount Cotton Interclub Challenge, but receive a standing ovation for the exact same reason. With the battle being between himself and the Suzuki Carry, with wheel spinning on the uphills and brake lockup on the downhills, it would have been a sight to see, and I seriously cannot wait to drive this thing. Thanks for watching. Do you think Kip's Suzuki Carry is a hit or a miss? Sound off in the comments below. We will be replying to everyone. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give us a mighty thumbs up. Share this with your friends and subscribe. Also remember to click that bell icon so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. Buildographies are weekly. Ciao for now, last fainters.